Certified cinephiles.
Rock and Roll High School, 2008. The campus has been taken over by an evil half-lobster, half-music journalist named Snurd. All the students have been locked inside, guarded by Snurd's henchmen, which are just regular lobsters. Alerted of the situation, Rockerman arrives on the scene in his patented sleeveless Budweiser t-shirt.
Yeah.
Standing at 4 feet tall, his acid-washed jeans are small, but they match perfectly with the blood splattered along the inside of his all-white Air Force Ones. In a second-story window, Rockerman sees Snurd clipping the head off of one of the students with his claw hand.
Oh shit, no. I don't have much time. That punk-ass Snurd is gonna kill the next generation of little rocker dudes.
Rockerman acts quick. He pulls out his mystical axe with its flying V-body and gnarly tone. Evil journalists nor critics stand a chance of escaping its awesome power. With one stroke of his drop-tuned guitar, the locks to the front door of the school crumble in a heap of ash.
Hell yeah, dude.
Rockerman steps into Rock and Roll High School. Snurd's lobster henchmen await him. Luckily, they are just regular lobsters, and most of them have died from being out of water. He steps past them with ease.
Alright.
In the second-floor science lab, Snurd kicks the head of a young drummer boy into a trash can. Blood covers the floor around him. Demi Lovato and Jonas are tied together with the science lab's life-size model skeleton. They're a bit scared, but mostly just annoyed.
You brats and your rock and roll style music have stood in my way for long enough. I will kill each and every one of you. And then, finally, classical music will be the music of the people once again.
Frig off, Snurd, you fucking loser.
You'll never understand what it's like to be a rocker, Snurd. You're pathetic.
I'm not the one tied up. I would never listen to that filth rock and roll style music. You rule breakers will rue the day you turned your amps up to 11. Rock and roll, time to die.
Rockerman busts into the classroom behind a wall of distorted guitar noise.
Not likely, lobster bitch.
Rockerman!
Thank God for rockers and rock and roll style music.
Turn that racket off. Its tones are too rude.
A chode like you will never understand the power of rock and roll. Eat ass, Snurd.
Before Rockerman can hit another chord on his axe, a helicopter flies through the building, crashing through the wall. Its sputtering blades swing through the air and chop Snurd's head clean off. It lands at the feet of Rockerman.
Sick.
Rockerman kicks the head out of the helicopter-sized hole in the wall. William climbs out of the destroyed Certified Cinephiles helicopter. He looks bruised and concussed.
Demi, Joe, Italian Bret Hart, Mr. President, good to see you.
Actually, I'm Rockerman.
And this is a model skeleton.
Will begins to untie Demi and Joe from the skeleton.
That was my second guess. Anyway, no time to talk. Frank Azar is hot on my trail. He captured Minky, my spy monkey partner. I need the power of rock and roll music to win our ongoing legal battle.
What?
No, we're not doing that. We're kids. We have to go back to school.
A mutated lobster journalist just chopped our drummer's head off with his claw. We need counseling.
Demi's right. We just witnessed back-to-back beheadings. The last thing we need is more trauma. Sorry, Will. We're just Disney rockers.
Damn it. Well, what about you, Joe Biden?
Again, that's just a model skeleton, Will.
Well, shit, I'm not doing anything. Kind of between jobs right now. Lost my girlfriend at a Mudvayne show 2 months ago. She won't answer the phone. Yeah, I'm pretty free. And really alone right now, too, actually. Without this guitar, well, I don't know what I'd do. You like the Allman Brothers?
Rockerman begins noodling on his guitar.
Okay. Rockerman, is it?
Hell yeah, dude.
I guess I can't be too picky about my help right now. We're in full crisis mode. How much do you know about the Deep State?
Deep State? Is that like Deep Purple? Because I know the Smoke on the Water riff.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Rockerman. would you mind if I get a peek at your guitar pedal board? I gotta see how you get that rockin' tone.
Jonas, brother, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I would rather die than let you look at my pedal board, dude.
Okay, well, do you at least have wheels like a old van with a bunch of stickers on the back that you can call like the Rockermobile or something?
Yeah. That's like dead on. Like exactly what I drive.
Beautiful. Let's get the fuck out then.
Well, what the hell are we supposed to do? How do we get out of here?
That's true. Rockerman, we need to get these pussies somewhere safe while we deal with Azar and his team.
I know where we can stash them.
They wouldn't look for us in the...
Shut the fuck up, Jonas, brother. We're going to Camp Rock!
God damn it, I can't believe Will already crashed our cool new helicopter. Welcome, movie tuners. This is Certified Cinephiles. I'm Patrick Richardson. And with me always is Bill Woods.
That's right.
And today, high me up, there.
Camp
Rock and roll will never stop.
Camp Rock.
We watched the amazing documentary Camp Rock.
My favorite movie of all time.
It is Will's favorite movie of all time. This movie follows a group of very talented young people as they have the summer of their lives learning rock and roll. They're, of course, as always with the movies we pick on this pod, this movie is just swaddled in controversy.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. We all know about School of Rock, right?
Uh-oh.
Classic. The School of Rock, what's it called?
High School Musical.
High School Musical. We all know about High School Musical.
Zac Efron, Ashley Tisdale, wow.
Main character's name is Jordan Bolton. Shout out to Jordan Bolton, my real life friend.
Shout out to Jordan Bolton.
You should do the whole episode like that.
Carbon blue, I want to be inside of you. I can't help myself.
Ashley Tiz, you're too young for me. So that the High School Musical franchise kind of paved the way for this movie. The director of those films, Don Shane, it was his idea to take that spirit of the High School Musical movies and transfer it to this summer camp setting. But of course, the deep state always tries to intervene with anything cool and kind of just took over this movie. Will, what are your thoughts on all this?
Well, first and foremost, they tried to hide Don Shane's perfect idea with a documentary series. It's very hard to hide the fact, documentary or not, that this movie was Don Shane's idea. This movie stemmed completely from High School Musical, and I do respect Don Shane for his all-out war on this movie, but here's the thing, this movie is absolutely a masterpiece. So even though it's dark in its blood, it is born cursed. It's
a
born
phoenix.
Yes, it is truly born from the devil's spawn. And just like they say, the hottest vampire in all of the Twilight series was the adult daughter of...
What?
That's
what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, this movie is so good. I mean, yeah, like we're doing this movie, and I mean it does come with some controversy. It is practically stolen intellectual property. But I mean, you can't, when you see these kids on screen and how much they love rock and roll style music, you just can't help but fall in love with them and rock and roll style music.
So, fun fact about this movie: the way that they chose this specific camp to go after was they just fell in love with the kids. This was the Jonas Brothers' rise to fame. This was Demi Lovato's rise to fame. And they were all adorned different identities for their own protection, but that was before they knew how big of a hit this movie would be. So obviously Demi Lovato plays Mitchie in this. Joe Jonas plays the super hot guy Shane Gray. And of course we have plenty more other stars in this movie. It truly is endless how much talent is in this. And the best part about this is you can really tell they're having fun. And the documentary filmmakers of this movie
much fun.
Really allowed themselves, because this movie was filmed by the kids themselves. So the camp was filmed from a kid perspective by a film crew of children. These aren't adults around, so the kids are really acting themselves. You get to see them at their worst. And you get to see them at their most vulnerable, but God, there's some nasty kids in there. But it really, for all,
there's some mean kids.
Patrick and I actually met at a sleepaway camp. It was a little different than, I wish it was rock camp. I know you do, Pat. But
God,
yeah.
I wish we went to rock camp instead of the camp that
we went to.
Yeah.
Rock camp would have been a lot better than the camp we went to. We went to a camp that was supposed to be like a punishment,
Yeah.
for acting
You still got your burn scars?
I still got those burn scars. You know me. I got those burn scars. You still got that chunk of your ear missing from the kid that bit it off?
Oh, no, I got a little bit of my ass sewn onto my lobe.
A good old skin graft. It was either that or some pig skin, and Pat was like, you know what? Let's go with the cheek. Let's go with the real cheek on my ear.
If it was pig skin, I would have got hungry and bit it off eventually.
You are so full of it. You're so full of it. I love it. You play too much, as the kids would say. As the kids at Camp Rock would say, you play too much. But hey,
oh my God,
play me a little tune while I dance around to this. Camp Rock is full of these kids loved each other, and what I felt was really true to our camping experience was this movie was so horny. Oh my God, this movie was horny. Everybody in this movie was fucking, except for our main character, Mitchie. Mitchie was not fucking.
Her mom was there.
Yeah, but her mom was fucking too. Like, sorry, Dad, but Mom's got to have a little fun, and I'm not gonna hold it against her either. Like,
well, it'd just be hard to fuck when your mom's like cooking all your food.
Those kids are you never underestimate children. Okay, they will do what they want to do.
Horny things.
Yeah, they will do those horny things. They will go off into the woods for a nice suck. They're gonna get it done. If they want to get it done, they're gonna get it done. I mean, the amount of times that kids in standardized testing would go to the bathroom and start jacking off, and you catch them, because you're going to the bathroom at that same time for similar reasons, and you're like, are we all in here trying to jack off because we're bored? Done with our standardized testing tests? We're all in here?
J.O. and...
My God. See, the biggest mistake is that if you're in middle school, do not allow your children to wear sweatpants or like tracksuit, anything comfy, because I'm a very antsy guy. I don't sit still, and I'm moving my legs around a lot, especially as a kid. I'm moving my legs around a lot. There's friction, so very easy for me to start daydreaming, if you catch my drift. And for standardized testing was something that I really took as a challenge to myself, because it was like, how fast can I get this test done and get to the real test? And that's
so you would
can I JO in this middle school bathroom?
You do your Colorado standardized test, the CSAP, and then you would run to the bathroom and hit a stall and just crank one out.
Yeah, and so I would just. I mean, it would take me a long time, so it was like, can I make it? And this actually became a huge problem because I just
and there's like
bubble
6 other boys in there too, jacking off at the same time,
or waiting
like
for the stall,
stalls.
or waiting for the stall. And so I'm just
Whoa.
bubbling in every answer. And I got put into readers. My sophomore year of high school, I got put into readers because my CSAP score for reading was so low because I guessed on every single answer
fuck that test.
the past previous 4 years. And so even though I tested out of readers, my teacher was like, yeah, you can test out of readers. And I was like, okay. I fucking tested out of readers, and she wouldn't let me leave. She says this to me. She says, William, you know what? Usually we would let you test out of readers, but you've done so bad on this CSAP. There's no fucking way.
You're so dumb that you
are
have
so
to be
fucking bad. Yeah, you are so bad at reading. There's no
You
fucking way
dumb
we're
little-
letting you leave this.
Listen
shit.
here, you dumb little asshole. We're keeping you here. You have to read Baby Book.
Yes. Yes. But you know what? I honestly, that was like one of the funnest classes I've ever had in my life. I honestly feel like I have a brotherhood and sisterhood with everybody in that fucking class in readers because in readers class, you know, no matter how much you want to pretend that you shouldn't be there, you're there. So no matter how much I guessed on my CSAP scores to get out of the room and get to the other room, well, I'm there and we're going to have fun. And I was in that class with, I'm not going to name names because it's a brotherhood, but I have lifelong friends from readers.
And
tell you
just
that.
to prove a point, being horny gets you nowhere. You got to stick to your studies first. And Bill learned that the hard way. And now look at him. He is an actor.
I'm an actor. You should see my new head. You should see my new headshots, Pat.
What is it?
I need your help picking them out. Oh, they're beautiful. They're beautiful, and I'm having a little dysphoria, if you will, because I don't feel like they look like me. And my wife
I did. I think I did see
look
one,
like
and I was
you.
like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
I think they look like
You know-
It's just that you just look
They-
really hot in those, and you're hot.
Thank you, because I do feel like if they do look like me, I'm definitely looking like a bottom. And you know, to all my bottoms out there, there's no shame in that.
What up? I'm a bottom.
But when you think you're a top, and then you get your picture taken at a headshot gallery by an amazing photographer and a wonderful
you're-
team,
and you're
but then
bottom.
you get the final result, and then you realize that maybe you're not as much of a top as you once thought you were. You know, that's some shit you gotta you have to figure out for yourself.
Yeah, I totally get that. Anyways, God, what is that? A little butthole?
No, it's just for you take it in the shower with you, and it just helps with your grip strength. See?
Did you take that into the bathroom with you after the CSAP?
I wish I had this after the CSAP. I definitely wouldn't have gotten into readers with that one.
Well, anyway, these kids
these
in
kids-
this documentary
Is-
should
is
have
all-
not been wearing sweatpants.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking everybody's having good vibes, and we're going to get into this. This is my biggest issue, but I agree with the critics on it completely, and we'll get to that in a bit. So if you don't know about this movie, it takes place somewhere along the western coast. They keep it pretty clear. They want to protect these kids' identities, and it follows our main character, Demi Lovato, known as Mitchie in the movie, who is incredibly talented. She is such a good singer. She rips on the piano. She's such a sweet thing, and
Just wise beyond her. The heartbreak in her voice when she sings is just older. She has an older voice.
yeah, she really does. Truly,
Her voice sounds like it's of age.
but yeah, she's not. She's not of age in this movie. It's very
I think
clear
we were
that
too
she's-
old for this movie when it came out.
Well, yes, that is technically true. But in the defense of that is that because Joe Jonas is 18 in this movie, and he's the love interest. And Joe Jonas and Demi Lovato certainly did date for 4 months, but that is on the set of Camp Rock 2 when Demi Lovato was 18, because she was 15 while they filmed this.
Yeah.
But
her voice sounded of age, and I'm sure that Joe Jonas
yeah.
said that, and he hooked up with her voice.
We're not speculating anything. We're just saying that simply her voice sounded of age. She has a very old-sounding voice compared to her very
I'm not going to speculate
young.
anything. I know for a
speculating.
fact that Joe Jonas raped Demi Lovato on the set of this movie.
Speaking of, we would like to give this opportunity to shout out our new lawyer, Jay Ruane.
Give it up for Jay.
Thank you, Jay, again for working pro bono against our lawsuit with our ex-lawyer, Frank Azar.
No, let's call him Dave Diarrhea. He doesn't even... He fired us.
He fired us.
He's suing us.
And he's suing us. Can you fucking believe it? I can't even believe it, this guy.
Poser. This man's a poser.
Never meet your heroes. Truly never meet your heroes. So shout out to Jane Ruane. You can, if you're ever in trouble, give him a call at 1-800-NOT-DRUNK. Again, that's 1-800-NOT-DRUNK for Jay Ruane.
It's a funny joke. Don't worry about it.
But in all seriousness, he is doing our lawsuit pro bono while advertising for us. So we just want to give a mad shout out to Jay Ruane, our new lawyer, 1-800-NOT-DRUNK. This movie...
And we are getting sued by Frank D. Azar because Will played a little prank on him. He put a bunch of spiders in his shoes because he liked me more than he liked Will.
Mm-hmm.
And then he flipped shit on both of us.
Yeah.
And now we're getting sued.
Yeah. Oddly enough, it had nothing to do with the podcast that we recorded, and the things that we said, and the new criminal investigations that he's a part of, that he's actually the defendant in. So, yeah.
We're not criminals.
No, we're not. And I will just say this is per Jay's advice on this was everything that I said that happened to me is true, but it did happen without my consent, and I was acting under the influence of that huge CBD blunt that was forced upon me by Frank Azar. And that's why I was shooting a gun when I'm legally not allowed to touch one. And what I claimed about Patrick having a Desert Eagle given to him by Frank Azar is the truth, except for the fact that Patrick doesn't want to have the gun. He, against his own will, was forced to carry this gun.
He was so scary to us.
He forced him, and he said, "If I ever see you without this gun, something bad's gonna happen." And that's what he said to Pat. So
he said, "You're rebranding as gun guy. I don't care who you are. If you want me to be your lawyer, you're gun guy now."
Imagine that. Seriously, imagine that.
I had to shoot big gun. Big gun.
I'm so sorry, Pat. Just seriously, listeners out there, imagine that being forced, that being forced on you. I really can't even imagine the hurt that you're going through, Pat. And I just want you to know that I'm here for you. And Jay
Bill.
at 1-800-NOT-DRUNK is here for you too. And he's working the case again, pro bono. So.
And we are lucky because Dave Diarrhea is pretty hated in the attorney community, so like Will said, our new lawyer is working pro bono for us to sue the shit out of stupid Frank Azar, who I should have shot in a video game. In a video game.
Parody. And what's so funny...
Look, my piss pants. Look at my piss pants.
Look at them things hanging up. Oh my God, those
Yeah.
things look stiffer than
Crusty.
cardboard. Those
Yeah,
look
they're
stiffer than
stiff as hell.
Are you?
They've never been stiffer. I
I thought you
punched
just
it,
keep those things
and part
outside.
of it flew off.
Part
It's
of it
crumbing
flew
off.
Oh my God, like
Yeah,
a dry
it's
rot.
crumbing apart.
Your piss pants
Yeah,
got
it's
a dry rot.
situ-
Wow. Your piss
Yeah,
pants
I
got a
dry
dry rot.
on these things.
My God. They're gonna need to put those in the Smithsonian. Without a doubt, you're gonna have to put
They
those piss pants in the
stink.
Smithsonian.
I don't think the Smithsonian wants them. They stink.
They got like. Have you ever seen Abraham Lincoln's dead ass hat that he got shot in? Is that Smithsonian? You know that thing stinks. It's like covered in like boar skin in his brains and stuff.
I hope the hat I got shot in is buried with me.
When I die, bury
Put
me.
that in my will.
If I was gonna die and be buried in a liquor store like 2 Chainz, I'm having a hard time deciding if I would want to be in a
I thought
very.
he says jewelry store.
He says he has a couple options, but the liquor store is what spoke to me the most. And whenever I walk into a liquor store, I do try to think, is this a liquor store that I'd want to be buried in? And so far, the Total Wine in Westminster, Colorado, off of 92nd and Federal, is definitely a liquor store I wouldn't mind being buried in.
Is that just because of nostalgia?
Yeah, it's a fun time. I like the lighting in there. Their employees are very happy to help you, and I have yet to come across a liquor store that has assisted me in that way. So, but also, what
Good to know.
what categorizes a liquor store? Anyways, so with Camp Rock, one more thing I meant to add about our new lawyer Jay Ruane, 1-800-NOT-DRUNK, is that don't worry about us, guys. He's got us covered. He has all of these ties to the Armenian mafia, and they're going to like blackmail Frank Azar and all of this stuff to like make all of this shit go away.
I don't know if we're supposed to talk about that.
I don't see why not. I mean, we gotta let our listeners know that we're good. We're good as
But
gravy.
I think, was this our third lawyer?
I've lost count.
I don't.
But they say that about therapists. It's like you're gonna have like I know.
Gotta find the. That's
You gotta
true.
find the right
you gotta
one.
find the right one.
And we're just trying to find the right one.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, we got a lot of lawsuits against us right now. I mean,
I can't keep up.
Jay's only helping us work against Frank Azar. I mean, we still got a
We're
lot
looking for
going
other
on.
lawyers. We probably need like 6 or 7 lawyers.
We need like the Space Jam all-star team of lawyers. We need to bring the Kardashian guy out from the dead, have an alien reanimate his body, and then he can be our lawyer.
Yep. And then we'll bring Better Call Saul to real life. Bring him out of fiction.
Speaking of lawyers,
With a
Abraham
spell.
Lincoln and Ruth Gators Bringsburg.
Springsteen. Bader Springsteen.
Ruth Bader Springsteen. Bring
Yet
her
she
back
persisted.
from the dead. Reanimate her.
Yet she persisted.
And then we would have such an all-star team. It would be like the 1994 USA Olympics team. Was that
so
the
it
year?
could be, who are we? Is Lincoln? We're having Lincoln. We're having Better Call Saul. Not Odenkirk, not Bob Odenkirk, but the fictional character.
Better Call Saul's our Rodman. And
oh, that's so true. He's like the wild card.
yeah,
You need a little bit of that edge to you.
the
And then
Kardashian
we
is
got
our
Ruth
Jordan.
Gator. You got Ruth Gator
Gator.
Binsberg.
And she's got to be like what?
Springsteen.
Coup coach? She's coup coach for the
She's
the
like
Bulls?
she's like Steve Kerr.
She's a Kerr. Ooh.
She's like a specialist. She's like a 3-point specialist.
Wow, I love that. Abe Lincoln, you're gonna be probably coup
It's
coach or
Pippen.
Pippen. Oh, you're so right. He's such a Pippen.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's such a Pippin.
And then whoever the
How's it been
lawyer
being a
was for Slap Chop guy, the lawyer for Slap Chop guy, we need him. If you're the
Also,
lawyer for
Kevin
the Slap Chop,
McAllister's dad. I feel like he was probably a lawyer.
He had to have been. He was either a lawyer or he's in finance or whatever, or whatever he was doing.
Advertising.
I don't know. That was a big house for anything but a lawyer. I think.
What about Big Daddy?
Oh my God! Yes.
What if we got Big Daddy?
When you said
as
Big
our
Daddy,
lawyer?
I thought you meant to say Nutty Professor, and I was like, wait, was the Nutty Professor a lawyer or was he a professor? But that would be awesome.
He was. It'd be cool if you were a lawyer that called yourself a professor. That'd be pretty nutty.
I love that. So again, shout out to Jay Ruane, 1-800-NOT-DRUNK, for helping us on the case, and thank you to all of his Armenian mob friends for helping us blackmail Frank the Dave Diarrhea Azar. back to Camp Rock. So we're following Mitchie, and right off the bat, you'll love the girl. You're in her court because she's soft-spoken, but she has the voice that she can really sing. And she's wanted to go to Camp Rock.
Here I am once again. I'm
falling into pieces. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, we're talking a real Kelly Clarkson. It's absolutely redonkulous, and it makes sense why Demi Lovato absolutely took off from this movie because, the talent was just unreal. And so in this documentary, we see all of the highs and lows, but the biggest low is that Demi Lovato, Mitchie, doesn't have a good voice for herself, so she immediately, with her talent, is recruited by the popular total piece of shit, absolute narcissistic weirdo. I don't want to use the B word. We are woke on this podcast. We try not to use the B word. And Tess was a weirdo. Ain't that right, Pat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was a weirdo. We are super woke on here. Sometimes I forget how woke we are because we are extreme centrists. And we just want everyone to get along. So
it's called a democracy for a reason, and even though I've never voted Republican once, I will say that it is very important that we have Republicans in the Senate leveling out the House if it's full of Democrats. It just makes sense.
It's gotta be, it's just, you gotta fill half of the place up with like insane people to balance it out. It's like chemicals. You gotta get the right mix. It's science, sweetie. You wouldn't understand. You're too busy throwing bricks through windows.
Or cans of soup.
Antifa scum. Yeah.
Hey.
Listen to Pod Save America for once.
Yeah. Seriously. To all of you, I would like to call you leftists, but I might actually call you criminals. There's a soup sale. There's a soup sale at Kroger. You better pick some up and throw it at your local policeman.
Yeah, you scum buckets. And don't get us started on the MAGA guys. Yuck.
Seriously, yuck to MAGA. Yuck to what are they called again? Antifas. And truly the only good Americans are the Americans that sort of just, we watch the news, we say our opinions,
Leslie Knope.
Leslie Knope. We love Leslie Knope. Oh, let's see, that's why we're not racist either, is because we love Leslie Knope. And I've taken an Africana Studies class in college and a Women's Studies class in college. So
I met my ex-wife in a Women's Studies class.
So that's where it's at in America.
And guess what? She was black.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm not racist or misogynist.
Yeah, get that. So just to clear the air out there, and especially in the chat, I can see a lot. I'm seeing a lot of symbols, Marxism symbols being thrown up here, and we're not going to have that. This is a country based on capitalism. Capitalism's a very good thing. landlord, that is a job. It is a job to be a landlord. And if
Where did all these Antifa guys come from in our chat?
to get rich in this company,
You commies.
you have to work hard. Plain and simple, you have to work hard. Anybody that's ever amounted to anything in this country has worked really hard, never taken a handout. They've earned it. You can't name a single president.
Everyone you went to high school with that's in real estate now, making hundreds of thousands of dollars every year, you think their rich parents helped them get that job, help them get those clients, help them into that lifestyle because it's what they do? No. They put on their boots 1 foot at a time. They got out there and they strapped up. So I'm sick of you lazy commies.
You know, that's my biggest gripe with this generation, is that we're so quick to look at homelessness and, we can't even call it what it is. And, we can't even say, these people just don't want a job and all they want to do is, have to watch the LA police throw away all of their belongings, and no matter how close they are to finding maybe a way out, their favorite things to watch a cop take all their stuff. And I gladly pay taxes.
It's ridiculous. I love watching the cops just kind of move the homeless people of Denver around every night, just kind of move them around, not taking them in. And I love paying taxes on that sort of thing.
Exactly.
It's really cool, and it's just the system rocks.
It's a really good system, and people have so many
Well,
issues. We're so off.
We're really getting off topic.
I know. Back to Camp Rock. Well, it's a documentary, and you know how we are with documentaries. I mean, if you think that we're absolute freaks about cinema, just wait until you've heard us chatting about this doc. We get absolutely perverted on some documentaries. I mean, it's questionable what we think is even legal when it comes to documentaries. What we're doing when we're watching a documentary, I would say is banned in most major cities except for Las Vegas. Because it's downright sinful. It's downright sinful what I've done to some documentaries.
Yeah. What I go to Vegas just to watch some of these things, because what happens there stays there.
It stays there.
But no, some of this shit we've seen is really fucked up. Will's made me watch some really fucked up shit. It's kind of.
But it's eye-opening. It's important to experience humanity at all levels. We have these ideas that we're born into, and being two white straight men, we have to exit our boundaries in life, and we have to say, what's it like in all of these situations that I cannot name for legal reasons, per our attorney Jay Ruane working our case with Frank Azar. But yeah, I have watched a boy be pulled out of the Amazon River after drowning and being eaten by piranhas. Did I like what I saw? No, but it was something that stuck with me for years and years and years. And what they did to Live Leak in the pandemic, that's the greatest downfall of humanity right there. I swear to God that we had experienced a shift in all of reality when Live Leak went down, because what Live Leak was doing was it was giving the world an idea of the rest of the world. Back to Camp Rock. Okay, so we're going with
Will made me watch. Will said, let's watch this really fucked up documentary, and it was just 3 guys, 1 hammer.
But you liked it.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
It opened your mind. It gave, that's...
That guy's brain was... That guy's face was open. His face was gurgling blood.
And it was terrible.
I'll never get that image out of my face.
It was terrible, but it taught us something. And now you don't have to use your imagination. It taught you that you never want that to happen to anybody. So back to Camp Rock.
I watched it.
Mitchie falls into the wrong crowd, but she's, we've all been there. I've had friends like this. Pat, I know you've had friends like this. The friends that they're going to sort of make you be friends with them, and because you don't really know how to speak up for yourself, you get kind of put into the wrong crowd. Even though you have such a good opportunity to have a good friend, just like Caitlin in this movie, documentary, who's an incredible producer. Camper by day, Camper Today, and next level producer for the stars. Truly any time now, because she's going to blow the F up. Isn't that right, Pat?
Think of all the major producers out there, all of them. Dead Mouse.
Deadmau 5.
Diplo.
Diplo 5.
Other ones. She is right up there with
Timberland.
them. Her beeps. Timberland is a good one. Rick Rubin. Her beeps and boops that she puts out on in this doc it's next level.
It gets me grooving. Without a doubt, I mean, I'm grooving. I'm just grooving thinking about the beeps and boops that she's popping out of that computer of her. One computer. That's all she's doing. One computer and making that much sound. Oh,
dude.
And those dance moves. Unreal.
She has such a unique keyboard.
She can sing, she can play, she can dance. That's a triple threat. Let's go.
Her technique is so bizarre on the keyboard. I was being wowed completely.
She crossed
and you
those
said
hands.
She's your favorite character.
She is my favorite character. And she's my favorite character because she's the one that I have the most trust and hope for. I trust that she's going to achieve everything that she wants in life, and my hope is all for her success, because I can't wait to hear the music that she gets to make with some of the world's best top rock stars.
Ooh, I'm excited for that too.
Imagine Brian McKnight singing over one of her songs.
That would be incredible.
I would love that.
That guy has such a velvety voice.
I love Brian McKnight. I'm such an R&B. I'm an R&B slut, without a doubt.
Sing your favorite Brian McKnight song.
It's so undeniable that we should be together. It's so undeniable that it's just time to wear horses. One, I took a dream come true. Two, just wanna be with you. Three, it's always plain to see that you're the only one for me. And four, repeat steps 1 through 3. 5, make you fall in love with me. If ever I believe my work is done, then we'll start back at 1. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love that song.
That was awesome.
I know, on my Spotify Wrapped, I was in the top 0.1% of Brian McKnight fans this year, and I felt very proud of that.
That is awesome.
Yeah, over 10,000 minutes listened to Brian McKnight.
That's like you and a bunch of old black ladies.
Brian McKnight's just for everybody. He really is. He's for everybody.
That song is really fucking good.
Yeah. He's just got a voice of an angel, and you know what? You can't cancel Brian McKnight. He's uncancelable because he has good morals, and he's got a good compass, and he's got a good woman standing by his side that he's been married to, his high school sweetheart. He's been married to for over 20 years. Back to Camp Rock,
and that's who that song's about.
Yeah, let's talk. Okay, so let's talk Camp Rock. There was a lot of scenes that blew me away, took me off my feet.
Yeah.
Made me feel, they call it frisson, when you just feel your whole body numb. Some people don't experience this, but some people that have the ability to experience frisson have been linked to a type of alien race.
Is this a Winhoff thing?
No, this is pretty common knowledge. Alien race. Is
this a Scientology
connected
thing?
to vibration. It's not a Scientology thing. I told you. I'm still waiting for my cover letter, my acceptance letter to come in.
What is this shit then? Aliens?
Oh gosh.
Aliens?
I'm getting sidetracked
What?
here. I won't look this up. But basically, if you experience frisson, you're special, and I experience frisson, so I'm special. And it's where something.
What is this?
Frisson? Okay, Pat. Have you ever heard a song like Adele's "Hello"? When you listen to Adele's "Hello"
you
for the
mean
first
chills?
time, yes,
And you get chills?
yes, it's called frisson. So when you listen to Adele's "Hello" for the first time, did you get chills?
Probably. That song is hauntingly beautiful.
If you did, well then welcome aboard the higher species. You have a greater mind than most humanity.
We're related to aliens?
Yeah, the Greys specifically. It's a hyper-intelligent, peaceful race. The Greys are here to protect humanity from, the other. There's 3 total races of aliens. Most common sightings of aliens are Greys. They take
Can
the
we
form
talk
of
about
owls.
the rock and roll camp movie?
You got me started on this. Anyways, I experienced frisson in a lot of these scenes.
I want to hear your science.
That I would
Yeah,
consider,
you got the chills. You got Scientology chills. Okay.
I would consider I would consider a lot of these scenes to be God tier. But I am so curious, Pat, what your God tier scene was and if you experienced frisson.
I did get chills. I'm not gonna call it frisson.
Okay, but we
I
both
got
know what it is.
chills. It's the chills. Everyone knows what the chills are.
The chills sounds to me like I got a fever, like I got the flu, I got the chills, and I got diarrhea.
I got chills, not the chills. You're right. I got chills.
Okay, I can send you some really
I got
cool.
goosebumps.
I can
Or
send you some
I got
really cool
goosebumps.
trippy YouTube that
I've been on YouTube. I
have
don't
you
need
have
to
you
see
searched
your-
Braingasm? Because if you watch Braingasm on
God.
YouTube, you're going to absolutely love frisson. I've had a lot of Braingasms.
I did have a braingasm. My favorite. I loved the scene when they get to camp and everyone's just dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's just dancing, popping and locking. The autistic black kid is hitting his drumsticks on the school bus.
Yeah. Shout out
and
for
no one's mad at him.
Shout out to inclusivity. Inclusivity. Shout out. Inclusivity. Shout out to inclusivity. Shout out to Camp Rock for being inclusive to all types of people.
Yeah.
Including the otherly
Contavious.
abled. Yeah, the otherly abled. What's Contavious mean?
Contavious was that was the autistic drummer's name.
Oh. I know. I just thought that there
You
was also
thought it
meaning
was a
to
word.
it. I just also thought that,
No, you
I also
didn't.
thought that maybe it was a way of describing, it was a word I've never heard before. So yeah, I wasn't,
Yeah, you thought it was a word.
maybe there's something wrong with me that I don't know what name's Contavious.
okay.
All right? But at least I know what frisson is.
Yeah, you don't know
and
black guy names.
I absolutely felt frisson. I know plenty of black guy names. And
You don't know any black guy names.
And
You only
being-
know about Scientology. You don't know black
No,
guy names.
I do know black guy names, and let me tell you, as a woke centrist,
List
I
5
know that.
black guy names.
Okay, well, Peter, Paul, Mary, John, Jacob, Adam, because any name can be a black guy name. Because it can be, because any name can be a black guy name. Because I'm a woke centrist, and I understand these things. I've taken Africana studies, and I know
Whatever.
for a fact.
Well, I took women's studies and I met my black ex-wife in it, so I'm more central and more woke than you, and you don't know any black guy names? Contavious, DeJounte,
Okay.
Jamal,
Okay. I get what you're saying
Debrickashaw.
here. I get what you're saying here because I don't know. I do not know. Well, I don't know any black guys named Jamal, but I do understand. I've that's been in movies. But I've never met a white guy named Jamal.
And guess what? Guess what, Will? I was just listing some of my best friends' names. That's right.
Incredible.
All my best friends are black.
Well,
So that's how woke I am.
I would say that some of my best friends that are black don't have names, just have like regular names, and I don't want to put them on the spot here.
Whatever.
So
Anyways, black guys can rock too, and Contavious rocks it in the scene where he's jamming when everyone pulls up to camp, and everyone's so excited to be at camp. You can really feel the energy. Anything could happen, including my first hand job, which did happen at the horrible sleepaway camp that me and Will went to together.
hell yeah. I wish that would have happened to me, but yes, that scene was absolutely.
You're too busy out in the woods talking to fake aliens. You talking to an owl you thought was a goddamn alien.
The character's name isn't Contavious. The character's name is Andy. The character's name is Andy. You tricked me. You fucking tricked me. His name's not Contavious. His name is Andy. You
I
got
could
me.
have sworn it was Contavious.
No,
I
you
could have sworn
tricked
it was
me.
Contavious.
You tricked me. It's not Contavious. It's Andy. And his best friend's name is Baron.
Is he the one that popped and locked it?
Yes, Baron's the incredible dancer. The incredible dancer that pops and locks it right off the bus.
That shit was
You
sick.
got me. That is on me. That is on me. Being a cinephile, I should have known the names of the cast, but it is hard because every cast member was given a fake alias for the documentary's sake, for their privacy settings. So
Yeah. His real name was Contavious.
his real name is Giovanni. So that's pretty close to Contavious, if you ask me. Italian names and black names can very much it's a Venn diagram.
Not really, but okay. What's next?
Well, I got my God tier scene I need to share.
Okay.
So speaking
Movie
of
boys.
Frisian, this scene gave me a full body high. I mean, I felt like I was
Did
in
it
a
give you a
float
brain
tank.
gasm?
1000%. This gave me a brain, heart, and soul gasm all at the same time, but in not a sexual way because they're
You fucking
kids.
suck. This sucks.
But it's when Shane Gray, Nick Jonas,
Shane Gray.
he overhears Mitchie, Demi Lovato, singing her song that she wrote. It's a beautiful song, and he's like, I want to work on this song together. I overheard you, and I've sort of put some riffs on guitar to it. Like, let me know what you think. And he sings it to her. He does not break eye contact. I swear to God, it's like a scene out of a Nicholas Sparks movie. I'm like,
It's beautiful.
I'm a puddle on the floor watching this happen. It's absolutely incredible. And I just...
You were brain gasming to two little kids looking each other in the eyes.
like that.
Ugh.
Like that. Okay, so Pat, what was this? There was plenty of these, but I wouldn't call it Frisian. What were scenes that made you cry or made you speechless?
Let's see. What did make me speechless? This whole movie was just like groundbreaking. Like the as we mentioned, there was campers that filmed the whole movie, and so to have little kids, like 3-foot tall little kids, shooting this movie, it's kind of everything's at crotch height, which is really interesting decision. But
it's okay to be
yeah,
a short king.
I think the whole I guess this is kind of a cop-out answer, but the whole movie, the oeuvre of the movie,
just left you speechless.
The milieu.
I will take that answer. I will take that answer because in so many ways I completely agree. But for the sake of the pod and what I want to discuss was absolutely the heartbreaking scene of when Mitchie, who's only at this camp, her parents can't fucking afford this. Obviously, it's a $10,000 like 5-week camp. You know, these sleepaway camps are expensive. And her mom is a caterer for the stars, caterer for, you know, Pharrell. But her catering business is just taken off. But she gets a job at the camp for her daughter. So she's not only there camp making food, but she gets to bring her daughter with, who gets to be at the camp for free. How cool is that?
Yeah.
And, you know, Mitchie, who hasn't had to, like, stand up for herself ever, is, like, really intimidated by all of these really nasty weirdos. And so she is embarrassed by that, which is understandable. You know, we've all maybe been there, you know, where you're like, I don't want to be... you know.
Some of these little kids are real creeps, and I would have hated to be in the same room with some of these little weirdos.
Yeah.
So totally understandable that she wasn't in her element, and it took her a while to... I mean, she's an absolute talent. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. She's an absolute talent. And she never wasn't. She never wasn't an absolute talent. And she gets there. But it just takes... she's a kid, you know? And there's cameras on her.
There's cameras on her, and it's the entire camp. So this part left me speechless. Some of these kids are savages. Because this is such a perfect example of what might feel like the worst thing to ever happen to you ends up being the best thing for you. And, you know, hindsight is 20/20, baby. And so her lie of that she doesn't know her mom and all of that stuff, it comes out that she's been lying to everybody. And all of her friends, including her love interest, Joe Jonas, Shane Gray, says, I can't believe you fucking lied to me. I can't believe that you spent this entire summer camp being fake. Like, I'm Shane fucking Gray. I'm surrounded by fake all the fucking time. I'm Nick Jonas. I'm surrounded by all of this fake shit. I finally thought that this was real. Like, he took this lie very personally, and it absolutely decimated her. But you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? And I will say this about Demi Lovato because, you know, she has fought tirelessly to keep her name out of the fucking mouths of all of the pieces of shit of the world, and she persists for forgiveness in this fucking movie. She persists for forgiveness. She doesn't waddle in her own self-pity. She says, you know what? You know what? My mom is the caterer for this fucking movie.
And I'm proud of her because she rocks. And so do I. And this camp rocks.
Yes. And I would hope that any young person, male, female, they, them, who's watching Demi discover herself on the fucking screen right here in front of us, says, you know what, I can fucking do that too, no matter how embarrassed I fucking feel. And that shit fired me up and left me speechless, and dare I say, actually did give me a braingasm. I braingasmed all over my living room.
Don't say that way.
Yeah, edit that out. Edit that out, Pat. That was bad.
Okay.
That was bad. You need to edit that out. Yeah, edit that out. That was bad.
And it's edited out.
Thank you.
I edited it out.
Okay, so
edited.
Pat, it's the time of the podcast that I know you hate, but it's the most gossip. It's the one with the most gossip, and you know us. We love a gossip podcast. What The critics sure had a lot to say about this. Critics, if you can call them that.
Oh my god.
Keep in mind that, these
You know what I
individuals-
call them? You know what I call them? You know what I call them?
What do you call them?
Gun targets.
Oh my god. Wow. And he's not kidding, folks. He's not kidding, folks. You should see the way that he just walks down the street now. He seriously... He just walked, he walked straight up to a family. A whole family. It was like 5, it was like a big sort of like Irish Catholic looking family.
Azar ruined me. I just love the gun now. He brainwashed me.
Yeah,
and
and
I'm
it's
never
not his
going
fault.
back.
It's not his fault. It's out of his control.
I fired off Pandora's gun, and now I point it at families.
And it's not his fault. He's not a danger to society.
That's why we're suing Azar. That's why we're getting sued by Azar. But we're countersuing. We're countersuing.
But we are. And we weren't supposed to say that yet, but by the time this is released, I'm sure it'll be out there. By the time this is out, it'll be out there. It's fine.
Sorry. What's our lawyer's name again?
Jay Ruane, 1-800-NOT-DRUNK. That's Jay
I haven't
Ruane,
met him yet.
1-800-NOT-DRUNK. But he's chill. We met at the bar, and he's really taking care of things for us. So he's got a lot of ties
I trust
to the
you.
Armenian mob, and it's going to be a good time. I talked about Patrick's gang stalking, how they're just freaking eating his food at Panda Express, and they're going to take care of you, Pat. They're really going to take care of you, and I'm excited for it.
I'm excited.
But back to the gossip. All right, so the critics had a lot to say about this film, Pat. What is possibly, if anything, something about this podcast that you could potentially maybe agree with the critics on?
You said podcast. Do you mean movie?
Oh my golly, gosh. You know me. I'm always slipping my tongue. You know me. I'm always slipping my tongue.
Yeah, you have a slip. Yeah, you're slipping it into people's mouths, you slut.
That's something that I learned at Sleepaway Camp is I'm slipping my tongue. I'm not getting a hand job, but I'm slipping my tongue.
You're slipping your tongue. The one thing that I could agree with the critics on, I don't think it's one of the reviews that we picked to rag on this week, but another review of this movie kind of brought up all this dirt about how none of the kids were paid and it was all free labor, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? But I do kind of agree the kids should have got paid. They're so talented.
Yeah. And, nobody could have possibly known how this movie would blow up. There really was a documentary, and it wasn't until after the success of this movie that Camp Rock 2, the actual movie, the actually written movie of Camp Rock, was created. But, for me, I just wish, and this is... What can you really do about this? This is just her own personal choices, but I really wish that Mitchie would have changed her mind earlier on. I know Sleepaway Camp for us, what was like 8 weeks, really felt like, God, it just felt like 6 years, and one day felt like a month. And I know when you're having fun, but camp's not always fun. You get homesick. They might be trying
Remember when the cops came to our camp when we finally got out of there, and that big fat officer's like, "This is like Guantanamo Bay for kids."
Yeah,
we were getting tortured. We were like getting tortured at that camp.
So funny. They had us like hiding under these like secret cellars, like in the floorboards and stuff, and. It wasn't the first time the cops came. It's actually the third time the cops came around.
Yeah. If you say anything when the cops are here, I'll stab you.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And to our sweet friend, who we shall not name, rest in peace, your sacrifice helped us a lot. So
my sacrifice.
Oh my God.
Well... But I wouldn't give that up. I wouldn't give that I met you at that camp. And we kind of have a trauma. We've had a trauma bond ever since that camp.
And it was your introduction to the military and how you got into the psyops. So I would say that, just like
that is true.
Just like the lie being revealed in Mitchie's life, what seems very tragic at the time was at the end very good for us. We were
learning experience.
Yeah, it was very good for us. And I wouldn't change it for the world. To get to go through that. To get to
I still
experience all of that.
I still hate loud noises, but
can't do loud noises. I can't go to concerts if there's blinking lights. Can't do it. Smoke machines. I need to be able to breathe. I can't even fly in an airplane. I can't. I'm too claustrophobic. I've tried.
If I hear specific songs, I flip out. I punch walls.
White noise can't. White noise is a trigger for me. And
if you put a pillowcase over my head, that'll trigger me.
Cold water.
Waterboarding.
Yeah, any cold water. That'll definitely do it to the both of us. Any cold water at all. Any fast shock of cold, actually. So, yeah. The smell of popcorn. The smell of campfire. The smell of
burning your initials into me with a cigarette. That'll do it.
Just the smell, and the smell of menthol cigarettes or black and milds. That will definitely do it for me. And
seeing a picture of the guy that tortured us.
Yeah, that'll do it. I think I might have that one blacked out. The
brain is powerful.
But yeah, I just feel like, maybe Mitchie could have had a realization a little sooner that she wanted to change. She didn't want to hang out with the weirdo anymore. And I wish her mom, it's hard as a parent, but I wish her mom would have seen through it and just been like a little more like, hey, let's not bullshit around here. But what can you do? That's her life.
I don't trust the mom.
You don't?
No. At the beginning she says, "Oh, we can't go to camp. My catering business is so busy. It's taken off." And then she's like, "Oh, I'm working the camp. It's going to be slow this summer for the business.
Whoa.
So I'm taking this job." What the hell? She can only go to camp if you get to go to camp. It just didn't make sense. How is it taking off but also slow?
Yeah, parents do lie a lot. That's like a normal thing for parents to do, is they fucking lie. They aren't, you can't trust a parent. You can't trust a parent, no family member, no close family members. You can't trust them.
They'll tell you that camp's going to be fun. Parents will tell you camp's going to be fun and then leave you.
Not mine. My parents were like, "What did you do? What did you do now? What did you do now, you freak? You fucking freak! I fucking knew something was wrong with you. I fucking knew something was wrong with you, you fucking freak. No son of mine. No son of mine, you little sick fuck."
I'm glad that you don't have to deal with that anymore.
Yeah. So we had some really interesting. We don't
have to go on, buddy. Should we? We could just end it there. Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. Well, let's just go into. We have a couple things to say about our reviewers here, who are obviously paid for by the guy who had this movie stolen from him, Don Shane, of High School Musical fame. Listen to these reviews. Okay, this guy Ted Perkins from Cinema Blend wrote, "Camp Rock is no High School Musical. Camp Rock really sucks." Are you kidding me? Ted Perkins.
Yeah, that would be his last name. That's the worst restaurant of all time.
I would love to hit you, but what you just wrote is so stupid that I just feel sorry for you. I feel sorry that you even exist on a plane of existence. If this is real, if this is a real review, you are so fucking stupid that I don't want to hurt you, but I just wish that you weren't here. I wish you weren't around, and I wish that you just would disappear.
I want to drag your face across concrete for a half hour while your family watches. You little piece of shit. You don't deserve to live. Okay? From my point of view, I hate you. I hate everything about you. I want to scalp your wife, and then I want to hang you with her hair
Wow.
in a video game.
See, Ted, was it really worth it? Was it really worth it writing that on the internet like that? And now you got a bounty on your head. Now you got a bounty on your head. So what's going to happen
And if
now?
you want to sue for threats, guess what, bucko?
Uh-oh.
Guess what, bucko? We have so many people after us, we don't even care.
Yeah, seriously, bring it. Bring it, because you know what? We have so many lawyers that want to back us up. The line's out the freaking door. How many lawyers want to back us up? Okay? All right. It's practically Black Friday with the line out the freaking door, waiting to get in on this.
Yep. And so just picture this, like it's a movie cover.
Okay.
Me and Will, back to back, our arms are crossed, and then that goddamn army of lawyers right behind us.
And we're talking like in Return of the King, we're talking just an
ghosts.
absolute, a sea of ghosts that are lawyers. Just an unfathomable amount of numbers that are just ready to come at you.
Pillage.
Yeah. So we can get away with it whatever we want. All right. Then the last and final review here. I just thought this one was amazing because the anonymity. If they want to be anonymous.
Anonymous.
If they want to be anonymous.
Anonymity.
Anonymous.
Anonymity.
Okay, well, check this out.
Go ahead.
Camp Rock is not all that good. It doesn't have the earnest, smart silliness of the High School Musical franchise. This was written by People's staff of People magazine. All right. Okay, you got a curtain around you so you think you're safe?
We'll just do a mass shooting.
Oh my god, in a video game.
In a video game.
But look, it's not that we want to do these things. It's just the fact that you haven't given us a choice in the matter. You haven't given us a choice in the matter. We're certified cinephiles. We have taken an oath to protect cinema, good quality cinema at all costs.
Movies over everything. That's our fucking motto. We will do what we have to protect art.
What you wrote is a hate crime. I don't know if you know this, but what you wrote is actually legally. It is literally. You can look it up. You can look it up in the law books. It is literally.
I passed the bar.
And legally, that's true.
For fun.
He's not only passed the bar in Colorado, but he's also passed the bar in several states. And before you say that that's illegal, guess what? It's not illegal if you're going in by different names. So get with it. Get with it. And People's Magazine, any video game, there's some harsh realities that you need to face. In a video game, there's some harsh realities that you need to face in People's Magazine.
Yeah, people's. Yeah, ironic. More like ghouls, monsters.
And this isn't us
Pieces
asking...
of shit magazine.
Listen, to T-Rex and the fam, all of us Antifas out there, all of the Antifas out there, all of the MAGAs out there who are in, all of the centrists that are in our chat right now, we're not asking you to do anything violent or take matters into your own hands. We have a sea of lawyers, and we will once we crack the Da Vinci Code of the elitist Hollywood deep state, we will get answers. We certainly will.
We will come back for you.
And if Patrick or I are ever framed in a very negative light, just
No, it's a lie.
Just know that this podcast cannot be used against us because we have lawyer protection. Okay?
Yeah.
We cannot be canceled. We have lawyer protection.
Yeah. You cannot use this podcast in the courtroom. You cannot use lawyer protection.
Yeah, I do not legally. Yes, I do not legally allow this in the courtroom for this episode or any
what do they always
past
say?
Or future episode.
I hereby declare you cannot use anything against us that we've said on here, or our lawyers will butt fuck you.
Now, I'd pay to see that. I would pay to see our lawyer, Jay Ruane, butt fuck you for using this against us in the courtroom. I would go to jail for that.
So yeah, we're hoping for it.
I go to jail for that. You get butt fucked.
Yep.
Honestly, you know what? More people in this world, just in not a negative way. And we'll leave it on this, Pat, but I just want to say, because we are woke centrists, that we just believe that if you want to be butt fucked or you want to do the butt fucking, that is so chill and that's super cool. And we both agree that deciding to give or receive butt fuck is a very good thing.
Great way. I think we should end on that. That was really well said.
Movie boys.